Hi, lovelies. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Oh yeah, I'm recording. I'm recording this in the morning, and it just came out as reflex. But whatever time frame you guys are listening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. How are you guys doing? I'm doing good as well. I'm better now. The weather has been really being out for me. It's been showing me premium shiggy, real shaggy, but my Abba has been faithful and I'm feeling and doing better. Yeah, you guys, I know I spoke about wanting to do the book thief, that was going to be what we're going to talk about next today. But that's being postponed. I told you guys that hopefully if I don't find something else that I desire to talk about, then we'll speak about the book thief. But I've not forgotten that we're still going to talk about it. I doubt I can let that book go without saying my thoughts or giving my genuine yeah, my genuine thoughts and reviews about it. But today I there's something else I would just want to buttress. It might not even be a long episode per se. But before that, in other notes, I've been, like I said, I'm coming out of my reading slump slowly, and it's been better. Recently I've been reading. You guys know my obsession or how much I love memoirs and autobiography, and I've been reading one by John Chang. It's titled White Swans, and it's been really interesting so far. And you guys know what you know how much I love history, and it's a combination of history, China's history, and it's like a woman-centered book. It just makes a whole lot of sense. Although it's quite voluminous, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to review it in the nearest future, but I'll see if I can. But I've been loving it so far, although I've not been really consistent with it. I've read like two other books while reading it. And yeah, you guys, I got a book by Haruki Murakami. I've been seeing a lot of his books, and I've been like I've been really looking forward to reading at least one of his books. Although the one I got isn't the one I really wanted. What I really wanted was Norwegian Wood. I haven't found that yet, and I'm not going to read an ebook. But I found one, Dance Dance Dance. It's the first time should I say, I'm stepping in on like just reading this type of genre, metaphysical. In fact, it's my first time, and I think I started like 2 days ago. I started like the first two pages or 3 pages, and I'm still muffled a bit. I had to even close it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to come back to it because it's my first time reading this type of genre, and best believe I'm going to enjoy and make the most of it because it just feels really totally different, and it gives an air of complication in understanding it. And I am always up for the challenge whenever it comes to different genres of book, and I really hope I like it out. And depending on how it turns out, I'll let you guys know about it. So yeah, moving to today's why we are here today, to today's episode. So recently, I think was it a week or two ago, I've been postponing this episode as well. And I think having my quiet time, and I was just generally reading. I think I was in the book of in the book rather. I just finished it today, doing the book of Hebrews. And yeah, that's one of my favorite books in the Bible, like in the entirety of the Bible. The book of Hebrews, I don't know why. I have no genuine explanation for I find it why it just sticks to my heart, or it's just, I don't know, I cannot, there's no particular reason that I can give that I would say that, oh, this is one of the reasons why I love this particular book. Like, I have no explanation whatsoever, and I feel like I should even talk about one of the chapters, especially chapter 12. Well, maybe one of these days we'll talk about it, but I digress. So as I was reading it, I don't know why, my mind just went to this Psalm 136. And I think Psalm 136 too is one of my favorite chapters in the book of Psalms. And the reason mainly is gratitude. And I just get transported from time to time. I could be doing something, I could be busy with something, and I'll just find myself thinking, or just slowly meditating, or just just trying to just, should I say, envision the book of, that chapter, Psalm 136. So I'm going to be reading it out just to buttress the points that I want to make, or the points that Psalm 36 is making. So here we go. I'm reading the King James Version. So Psalm 136, it says, "Go, oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks unto the God of gods, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his mercy endureth forever. To him who alone doeth great wonders, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that by wisdom made the heavens, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that stretcheth out the earth above the waters, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that made great lights, for his mercy endureth forever. The sun to rule by day, for his mercy endureth forever. The moon and stars to rule by night, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that smote Egypt in their firstborn, for his mercy endureth forever, and brought out Israel from among them, for his mercy endureth forever. With a strong hand and with a stretched out arm, for his mercy endureth forever. To him which divided the Red Sea into parts, for his mercy endureth forever, and made Israel to pass through the midst of it, for his mercy endureth forever, but overthrew Pharaoh and his host in the Red Sea, for his mercy endureth forever. To him which led his people through the wilderness, for his mercy endureth forever. To him which smote great kings, for his mercy endureth forever, and slew famous kings, for his mercy endureth forever. Shion, king of the Amorites, for his mercy endureth forever, and Og, the king of Bashan, for his mercy endureth forever, and gave their land for an heritage, for his mercy endureth forever, even an heritage unto Israel his servant, for his mercy endureth forever. Who remembered us in our low estate, for his mercy endureth forever, and hath redeemed us from our enemies, for his mercy endureth forever. Who giveth food to all flesh, for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks unto the God of heaven, for his mercy endureth forever. My first recollection of this psalm was while in fellowship in school, Christian fellowship, CAC, Kakiov Youth Fellowship, while in school. Our fellowship president, our coordinator rather, I think the topic was, this is 8, 7 years or 9 years ago. And he had us, we all read it out. This was the scriptural text for the sermon that day. It was something around gratitude, thanksgiving, and all of that. And he had us, the whole congregation, he had us read it out. So we all read it out. And each time that I remember this chapter, or each, or maybe some verses that stand out to me, I'm being transported to that day, and it has stuck with me ever since. And I don't know why I even that came to my mind at the time that it came to my mind, that I just felt like talking about the art of gratitude. And the art of gratitude, especially as Christians, as believers, one thing that has helped me in being grateful to God, in being genuinely, and not gratitude in the form of, oh, it's just grateful for the sake of being grateful, or maybe you are saying your prayers, you know there is a type of structure that pray a normal prayer or a prayer goes by. Like when Jesus was teaching us how to pray, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. It comes, you start with gratitude. So that's just the normal structure a prayer goes. You start to praise, you do your worship, you sing your songs, you start with praise and oh God, thank you. You start thanking God, then you go, you move on to your forgive God, please forgive me, I've sinned and this and that. Then you move out to whatever things you have in your heart that you want to speak to God about. And so sometimes gratitude, that part where I say, oh God, thank you for making me wake up to this morning, thank you for this, thank you for that. Sometimes it gets generic. You just speak it for the sake of, oh yeah, that's the structure, a normal structure a prayer would take. At least it was like that for me while I was younger. But one thing that has helped me to really be grateful, to really express gratitude to God, and to have a heart that is actually grateful and not just a generic term, but gratitude that genuinely stems from inside of me, where if my soul, my heart, my mind, my spirit is genuinely grateful, is the fact that I do not count anything I have as something that I'm deserving of, or that is not something that I'm deserving of. Even the most mundane, the most average, the most ordinary thing, I do not count it as my birthright. And I learned this from one of our pastors in church, that yes, everyone might have it. It might be something, even something an atheist, it could be something that comes natural, it could be an ordinary. But the moment that you call yourself a child of God, you call yourself a believer, you have to see it is not a birthright. It is just something that you've been able to get just because of God's grace. And when you have that kind of thinking, when you incorporate that into your thought process, it helps you to be grateful for even the littlest of things. You're able to eat twice a day. That's God being grateful. That's just God being gracious to you. You're able to breathe in and out without problems. That's just being God merciful to you. If at some point you find yourself having the flu or fever and your nose is blocked, you have catarrh, you will understand what it means. You will know what it means to be genuinely able to breathe in and out without problems or without issue. You will know how tangible, how important, how much of a big deal it is that you are able to breathe in, breathe out without issues, without problems, without an external support. Something is it feels so natural. You wake up in the morning, you stretch, you yawn, you're preparing for work. Oh, yeah, you're all about all of those things. And you just breathing, you just doing all of those things. It just comes natural, it feels normal, it feels ordinary. Every other person you meet on the street is breathing fine. Your workplace that you're going to, everyone is most definitely breathing fine. The store that you're going to branch out to get something on your way out, anyone that is going to attend to you, or whoever, as many people that are going to be in the store as you are breathing fine. So it's ordinary, it's just general, it's normal, it's mundane. Sometimes you even forget about it. But the moment you have small catarrh or flu or fever and your nose is blocked, you can't breathe in properly, you're running, your nose is running, you come to realize the importance and how much grace you found, how much mercy, no matter how religious, how non-religious, how spiritual, how unspiritual you might be. You see how much of a privilege it is for you to be able to just breathe in and breathe out without problems. And that's just one example. I can go on and on. Even food. sometimes when you hear people, especially people with really serious issues, and this is not me mocking anybody, this is just me being genuinely grateful to God. People with diabetics, high blood pressure, where their food, they can type of food that they can eat, and if they eat this one food, it flares up their high blood pressure, it flares up their insulin levels, their sugar levels, their blood pressure levels, and then you just eating whatever and whatever and whenever and however, and you, it just feels not, it feels normal, it just feels ordinary, something, just another day, and you just do not see it as a big deal. But when you genuinely think about all of these things, you come to find yourself really grateful that God, thank you. God, just thank you. I'm just so grateful that I'm able to do this. Your work is stressing you. You're so stressed at work. It's as if they are burdening you with all of the things, all of the, of the works, and you won't realize how much of a privilege it is for you to be able to work and earn money. Even not if it's just not even working alone, for you to be in that position where you are being burdened, that's one thing. A lot of situations like that, you could be a student, a really bright student, and it feels that everyone is disturbing you, lecturers are calling you, all this and that, and sometimes it gets burdening, it gets tiring, you just want some moment of rest without students disturbing you for help, lecturers wanting your opinions on some things, you know and it's just annoying sometimes, but it's such a privilege for you to be in that situation. And sometimes, because we enjoy all of these things, we forget to be genuinely grateful to God for it. As someone, as a skincare enthusiast, and sometimes whenever I'm going through people's pages or just increasing my knowledge base, my making research on some chemicals, some skincare products, or just general skincare ingredients, and I see people with acne, like really different skin conditions. I'm really thankful to God that I have a pretty okay skin. I don't have a sensitive skin. There's some people that there are people who are allergic to water. Imagine being allergic to water. How can you survive in this world without water? You need water to have your bath, to drink, to cook. Water is the basis of life, is the essence of, is the foundation of life. Even science and research shows that the earth is comprised of 60% water. This earth as it is, it comprises of 60% water. So imagine being allergic to the essence, the basics of a human living. There are people who are allergic that if water touches them, they flare up, their skins flare up, they break out, and really, really, ah, like, and you are just so, it feels so weird that it's water. Why in this world are you allergic to water? And at that moment, if you are not an ungrateful person, you cannot but help but be like, God, just thank you. Imagine not being able to have your bath as you like. There are times where the weather is so bad, it's so hot, like it's so hot that if you some people live in the bathroom multiple times a day, they are pouring water on their body, they're having their bath because of intensity of the heat. And you're drinking water, someone like me that can drink a gallon of water. When you say, when they make that, they'll say someone that drinks like brewery. That's how I am with water. I drink water like no man's business. Imagine not being able to do that. Like, imagine not being able to do that and being allergic. Oh my goodness. And when you think about all of these things, it feels normal, it feels ordinary. It's just water. Why? It's just water. You just think about it that it's just water. And I think it's the plateau effect, or the fact that one is just used to it, that you forget how much of a privilege it is to have even the things that you do not think of as big deal. You are able to sleep and wake up without issues, something to be grateful for. You wake up and you wiggle your toes, they are not stiff, they are not, something to be grateful for. as someone who is physically challenged, and sometimes I'll be like that. I have my legs. There are people who are amputated, even find themselves being able to be grateful. A lot of things that seem ordinary, and you don't even just look at it. You don't see them as anything, and they are privileges. There are people that are not in that situation, that they would kill to have it. They would like absolutely kill to have it. You got a new place, you're not able to furnish it. There's somebody who would die, who will sell his or her soul just to be able to afford the place. You're able to furnish it, but not to the best of your desire. And there's someone whose idea of "I have arrived" is what you have. Years now, and I've been able to get into that perspective. It has helped me to be grateful, for even the most mundane and the most ordinary thing. I think in one of the episodes, I can't remember the particular episode, where I was like, there are times in my devotion when I'm genuinely thanking God for things, and I'll be like, "God, I'm thankful for good writers, good authors, and good books." And even when I said it finished, when that's such a wrong grammar. Like when I was done making that statement, while I was, just when I was listening to it while editing, it sounded quite funny to me, that that's something I'm grateful for. But at the same time, it was still profound. And a friend that listened to it was like, from that she found it really, I can't remember the words she used to describe it, that for me to be grateful for good books and good authors. And I'm like, that's just how I am. I find something that makes sense, that genuinely impacts me, and I'll just be grateful to God for it. And one thing about that process of finding yourself being genuinely grateful to God to anything, no matter how small, no matter how ordinary, no matter how mundane, is that it transcends your daily life. You are able to transcend into, you're able to translate it into your day-to-day life. Someone gives you 1,000 naira. It's not a big deal, but you are able to be thankful for it. You'll be thankful for it. Someone gives you a piece of candy, because your tongue feels bitter, and you don't have enough change to buy someone, or you're just in a position where you cannot go out to get, and someone just offers you a piece of candy, and you're grateful for it. Anyone that knows me, that's come across me, I feel like they are able to tell that about me. I will continue to be thankful. Thank you. The most little things, or the things that seem ordinary, that even by you giving it to me, or you extending the service to me, or you offering me that thing, doesn't exactly take away from you. Or even if it does, it's not so much that it affects you in a way. I'll always be thankful, because for someone to go out of their way, no matter how little, no matter how inconsequential it might seem, no matter how ordinary or mundane it might seem, it's just a necessity. Gratitude is a necessity. I feel like it should be added extra, or just, asterisk it, as gratitude should be part of the fruit of the spirit. Because, and one thing that gratitude helps you with is that it eliminates a lot of negatives from your life. The moment when you are able to be grateful for anything and everything that you have, you start to see whatever position you are in, no matter how seemingly bad it might seem. No, that's not the word I want to use, but no matter how it feels how behind it might seem that you are. I hope that grammar makes sense, but no matter how behind that it might seem that you are, the moment you are able to be grateful, where you are able to have genuine gratitude, you see everything that you have as a privilege, and it helps you to have a light heart, and it helps you to rid of some feelings like covetousness and envy, and just some bad energy, negative feelings. Because when you are grateful for all of these things, you see it that, oh, it's a privilege. Yes, I want these things. Yes, I desire these things. I've not gotten it yet. I've not gotten it yet, but that I am still here, That's something to be grateful for. And for you to have such positive outlook into life at life, it's a thing you need, because life will always be life. There will always be bad days, there will always be mundane days, there will always be days that are not so good and not so bad. There will be good days as well. There will be turbulent days, there will be days that are stormy, there will be days that are early quiet, there will be days that seems like you're on cloud nine. There are days like that. It never goes. Yoruba people say igba o lo bi orere. So like there are days that are good, there are days that are bad, there are days that are mundane in between. And when you are able to be grateful, especially on those not so good days, on the bad days, on the seemingly on positive days, on negative days, it helps you it helps you to be better even on the good days, and it helps you to stay strong on those bad days. Oh, you're looking forward to this, it hasn't come yet, but I'm still grateful for the fact that I can be this, I can do this, I can do that. You are contending for a promotion at work. You haven't gotten it yet, and there is looking like you might not get it, maybe because you're not an ass kisser, or you do not have connections with the top, with the people at the top, and the person that you seems like you're contending with is more of as an ass kisser than you are as family members, or an uncle, or a friend, or a friend of a friend in management, who is putting up a good work. I mean, who is putting up good words for him or her. And it makes all of your accomplishment at that moment, it makes it seem like you don't have much. But in insight, you actually have much. Where you are is someone's dream. Is your junior that you're mentoring at work. That person is looking up to you, that, oh my goodness, if I can get to this position of this senior, I will consider myself made, I'll consider myself blessed, I'll consider myself as, oh yeah, I've arrived. But because you're looking forward to something bigger, it doesn't seem much of a privilege. You've been at that position for, let's say, a year or close to a year. You feel like you've maximized your potentials, and you want better things, you want bigger challenges and all of that. And you're undermining that position, that place that you are in, the place that probably gave you an official car, that bettered an official car, the position that you were in, that you were able to sponsor your kids, your siblings in school, and just do good things. They might not be over the top, they might just be the things, an average accomplishment, but it's still something. You're not hungry, you're able to afford basic needs. And I could make up more scenarios and bring up more examples, that shows that every position, no matter how seemingly high or seemingly low that you might be, it's a privilege. And no matter how ordinary, no matter how mundane it might seem, it's God's grace. It's because of God's grace and God's mercy that you are able to be in that position. Even that's one thing I hope everyone remembers, and everyone is able to understand, that even if everyone has it, even if it's a common denominator amongst everyone that you know and that you do not know, that you're acquainted with, that you're familiar with, even if it's something that is common, it's something everyone has. Oh yeah, you're able to walk long distances without getting tired. You're able to breathe in and out, you don't need oxygen to breathe. You're able to do the most mundane run out, run, walk, eat what you like, sleep at the time that you like. It seems normal, it seems ordinary, it seems natural, but it is a privilege. It really is, really, really is a privilege. People who have found themselves in situations where their life changed in the twinkle of an eye, are the people that I feel like that can most relate to what I'm saying, where their life seems to be going perfectly okay, maybe not best, maybe not, it's not the best of lives, it's not the most exceptional, it's just normal, ordinary. And in, just in a sec, in the twinkle of an eye, their lives were upturned, were usurped by something. And they are finding they cannot seem to remember what their life was like. It's another season, it's another phase. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but in this case probably negative. And I feel like they're the ones that can really relate to this, what I'm saying, that every situation, no matter how bad, no matter how seemingly bad or good that you are in, is a privilege. It's something to be genuinely thankful to God for. And the moment you're able to cultivate the habit of thanking God, of being grateful, of gratitude for even the mundane things, and not just to God alone, to even the the smallest person, your friend, your brother, your father, your mother, your colleague, even for the smallest of things, it improves the quality of your life and it betters your life. You are able to see things better. You are able to just live life without a lot of burdens, without a lot of anxieties, without a lot of what will happen tomorrow, because you know that in your heart of your heart and in the mind of your mind that, oh, God has good plans, he has good deeds for you, that and that whatever might come, whatever might happen, no matter how odd, no matter how seemingly or how it seems to be it good, be it positive, bad, negative, or just ordinary it might seem, you know that God is good, He has good plans, He had good intention. Sometimes they do not seem that way. The situation might not seem that way, or you might not see the big picture yet. But the moment you are able to be grateful and you begin to see how good things could turn out, and you begin to see how far. When you are grateful, when you have gratitude, you are able to see how far you've come. And you're able to realize that the position that you are in, sometimes it was your prayer point a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 months ago. That earnest prayer that you've been praying to God. God, please do this. God, please come through for me. God, please do this for me. God, please do that for me. You are able to realize that where you are right now, some of the things that you're enjoying, some of the things that you're able to do, they are answered prayers that you prayed about a year, that you've been praying about for a year, that you prayed about 2 months ago, that maybe it's just a heartfelt, genuine, just a thought in your heart, and you've even forgotten about it. But the moment when you when you are able to express gratitude, you now realize that, oh, I actually did pray for this. Actually, I didn't even fully pray. I just wished in my heart and I forgot about it. Yoruba people will say that ẹni tó bá mọnúrò ó máa mọpẹ́ dá, loosely translates to the fact that when you are able to think and to introspect deeply, to think deeply, just look deep down, you'll be able to be grateful and you'll be able to be thankful for a lot of things. And Yoruba people also say that ẹni tá a ṣe lóore tí ò dúpẹ́ bí ọlọ́ṣà tó kóni lẹ́rù lọ ni. That is, someone loosely translates also to that the person who we've done something for, the person who we've done good deed for, and doesn't and isn't grateful, is like someone that has robbed us of something good. And it just helps you to think that, has there been situations where that I've robbed God, I've robbed my friend of sometimes just an, oh, thank you, I'm really grateful for this. And not just God alone, for everyone that surrounds you, everyone in your life. So you needed airtime really badly, your data has finished, you don't have enough data to log in into your mobile app to buy data, and you just put a call across to a friend that, please just share me data or just buy me data. Immediately I'm able to log into my app. I'll buy it back for you, I'll send it back for you. True, this person is your friend, and there's probability that you've done more, or even something bigger for this friend of yours, and yeah, you are going to return the money back. It's not a dash, it's borrow. But the privilege to ask someone to call, and not just someone to call, someone who is in the position that they can help and extend help to you. That's something to be very, very grateful for. It says this place, I don't know why, I just, this place, it says that to him alone, that's verse 4 of this chapter 136 that we read. It says, to him alone doeth great wonders, for his mercy endureth forever. You see, it says the sun to rule by day, for his mercy endureth forever. In the morning when it's around 6 7, you already know at the back, you have at the back of your mind that, oh, by 7 the sun will be up. By 12 it's going to be, it's going to be a bit scorching. In all things be equal, by 6 7 the sun is setting. By 8 the moon is out, it's getting dark. Imagine if that didn't happen. Imagine if it's 7 o'clock and the sun isn't out. You can't see, it's plain dark. Yes, let's forget the fact that, let's take away the fact that, oh, we've got lights, we've got generator, we've got electricity. But imagine the sun isn't out. You imagine you do not have the sun. Imagine there is no night time, where you imagine the day is not dark, it doesn't get dark, you don't have an end of the day. Especially those people with really terrible toxic workplaces, toxic bosses, that if they had their way, if you give them the way, or if you give them the opportunity, they will work you all round the clock. Imagine if that were not the case. Imagine if there were no nights and days. Imagine if the sun didn't, imagine, we are all used to the sun coming up at the particular time, setting at a particular time, the dark, the moon coming at a particular time, the stars coming at a particular time. Imagine for some reason, and this is not like an eclipse, maybe we have the eclipse where for a minute or some seconds it goes dark or it goes bright, but for a long period of time none of that happens. Imagine if, something you've known for, it's just natural, no one even thinks about these things. No one gives a thought that, is it possible for the sun not to come out at this time? At most it gets cloudy, maybe it's raining, it gets cloudy, but the moment the rain stops, the sun is out again, and the cycle continues. Imagine all of those things happen. No one really ever thinks about it, because it's normal, it's what is being conditioned, is natural for it to happen. But imagine they didn't, and it happening is just God's grace, and it's just because God's mercy. That is what the psalmist is saying here now, that he says that the sun to rule by day, because his mercy endured forever, the moon and the stars to rule by night, for his mercy endured forever. And look at here, it says in verse 23, it says, who remembered us in our low estate, for his mercy endured forever. And in verse 25, it says, who giveth food to all flesh, for his mercy endured forever. You could read memes, you're in the internet and you're doom scrolling, and you'll be saying things like food, and I've forgotten the name, and you say, oh, 10, you don't eat in the morning, you eat in the afternoon, and you don't eat at night, or you don't eat in the morning, afternoon, but you eat at night. And you look at all of those things, is funny, and is all of those. But even the fact that you are able to eat that once, even if it's once that you're able to eat, no matter how small, no matter how be large in quantity the food you're eating, it's still a privilege. And it's because God's mercies endures. And I don't know why this just came to my mind. I just felt like talking about it. And I think it has just bettered my life, and it has bettered my relationship in general, and it has bettered me as a person. There are sometimes where my gratitude embarrasses some of my friends, and it feels like, oh, I'm doing too much. But I like it. That is who I am. That is the type of person it has shaping me to be. Me. You give me sweet candy, I will be thankful. Thank you. Oh, please, I asked you for help and you're able to render that favor to me. Thank you. It just improves the quality of your life in general, improves the quality of your relationship with God, quality of your intimacy with God, improves the quality of your relationship with your friends, with your family, colleagues, just and it just betters you as a person. And it, in a way, even have an odd weird sense of entitlement when you know that this person is able to do this for me. Oh my goodness, that's for them to have done this out of the goodness of their heart, even though they are going through their own situations or issues, but they are able to extend this courtesy, they are able to do this for me. Oh my goodness, that is something to be thankful for. And in closing, Sha, and just drawing the curtains for today's episode, like I said, I didn't intend for it to get this long. I hope, and I really hope that we all find it in us, or we get to that place or position in our lives where no matter the situation that we are in, no matter the stage or the season or the phase that we are in our lives, we are able to find ourselves feeling genuine gratitude, and not generic gratitude or just thanking for the sake of it, but gratitude that stems from you being genuinely grateful from your heart, from inside of you. The moment you try it, you see how better you become your as a person, your outlook about things, your outlook about life, your outlook about things in general, how it betters your relationship. At this point, I feel like I'm saying repeating the same words over and over again, but it's just to buttress my point. But anyways, you guys, it's not Sam, it's just me just being, yeah. Well, yes, practice gratitude today. Anyways, let's practice gratitude, and may God help us to be grateful, to be grateful people, to because you're a better person when you're actually grateful. People will genuinely want to do good things for you. David is a man after God's heart. Why is David a man after God's heart? Why did David find favor in God's sight so much? What did David give to God? I don't he in no way qualifies as the best man on earth. He committed the most abominable sins the Old Testament abhorred. So why was he qualified? Why did he become? How did he become someone after God's heart? Just muse over it and just think it through. Why did what's the name of this his wife? I've forgotten her name. Why did she become a barren person? Why did she become, I think she's the only recorded person, the only recorded woman in the Bible. No, there might have been Sha, but known one Sha that was recorded as being barren all through her life, because she mocked David while he was being thankful to God. God, even aside from all of those self, what else can you give to God if not gratitude? If not gratitude. I know a pastor, one of our pastors in my church, former church, I would say that if you give offering, it's pastors that will still spend it. When you bring offerings to God, that, oh, this is my offering, or my monetary offering, it's pastors, and it's pastors that will spend it. They'll probably use it in the betterment of the church, or even give out to people that needs it. Any tangible gift that you give, like you're giving in the house of God, is most likely being spent by humans. So what is the one thing that you could give God for all that is giving? It's still your gratitude, genuine gratitude though, not generic, something you just say for the sake of it. But that is the only thing that you are able to give to God. You can't give him a car. If you build an house for him, his presence is the only thing that will dwell in. It's still humans that will live in it. You can't dash God a car. You can't give God food. You cannot give him gifts. It's still, yeah, you can give it, but it's still not him that's spending it. It's still humans. But what's the one thing that you can give that is just God's alone? No one else is taking it, no one else is collecting it. It goes straightly directly to him, and you are not getting anything in return, like that. Oh, it's not a trade by barter something, you are just giving it because, oh no, you're worthy, you're deserving. It's still your gratitude, your praise, your thanksgiving, that, oh, I'm so grateful. You showing gratitude, you in if you when you watch historic type of movies, be it a local or international, where they are the king, and someone wants something for the king, and there's akewi, like Yoruba historic this thing, there's akewi, or for other things you see someone that is positioned to the court, where yeah, to the king's court, where the major thing the person does is just to greet and eulogize the king. And when he's saying those things, the king is happy, the king is this, the king is in a good mood, whatever they bring, whatever things they tender to the king, and he accepts it, he's able to, you get that, you get that scenario. That is how gratitude really is, that is how it really works, because you are actually genuinely showing that I see you, I respect you, the things that you do, the things you've been doing, the ones that you would even do, be it to God or even to humans that surround you. I genuinely see you. That's just a man. It's beyond even saying thank you. Right now, it's you being like, I see you. I genuinely see you. The things you do. I'm not just beyond being grateful, beyond being thankful, but I genuinely am seeing you. That's just one way to look at it. I really hope God helps us, Sha, because I feel like it's a necessity to be able to be grateful. It's something, and if you are intentional about it enough, it's an attitude, is a spirit, or is a state of being that you can cultivate, and genuinely just makes you better. Just it does. So let's practice gratitude today. All right, so that's just it for today. I just wanted to get my thoughts out, and just to say that. And yeah, no need to continue. Well, anyways, we'll join the curtains for today, and hopefully, our next episode, unless I find something else to talk about again, we'll be talking about our book. All right, guys, bye.